name is Ananda Putri, and here I would like to explain about understanding of anecdote and spoof text. Now, what is anecdote text? Anecdote means a short story that illustrates a point. Anecdote is a text which retells a funny or unusual events or incidents in fact or imagination. An anecdote usually shows satire inside, and it can be form of caricature. Now let's move to the generic structures of anecdote. There are five of generic structure of anecdote. Number one is abstract. In this section, the writer usually introduce the story that the writer will tell. The second is orientation. In this section, the writer will tell us who, where, and when did the events or the story happen. And the third is crisis. Crisis is the provides detail of unusual events or of the story that the writer will tell. And the fourth is reaction. Reaction or incident. This is the reaction of the crisis. And the last is coda. Coda is the optional generic structure of anecdote, but the writer is usually put the coda in the end of the story. It is the reflection of the unusual event in the story. Now let's move to spoof text. Spoof is a text which tells story happened in the past time with unpredictable and funny ending. Its social function is to entertain and share the story. Now let's move to generic structures of spoof text. There are three of generic structure of spoof text. The first one is orientation. It is the same as orientation in the anecdote text. Orientation in spoof text is also tells who, when, or where did the story happen. And the second is event. In the events, the writer will tells the chronological of the story. And the last is twist. Twist is an unpredictable plot of the end of the story which will amuse the reader. Usually, the twist will make the reader feel surprised or didn't expect that it is the end of the story. Many people have think that anecdote and spoof text is similar and looks the same. Actually, yeah, it is, but it is still different between anecdote and spoof text. Here's I would like to explain the similarities between anecdote and spoof text. Number one is both of anecdote and spoof text are belongs to narrative text, and the second is both of anecdote and spoof text use past tense and action verbs. As we can see, at the first time, in the first sentence of these two texts, it usually tells the events or incident that have been happened in the past. And the last is the similarity in communicative objective, namely to retell the event that have occurred in the past. Now, I'll give you two examples of anecdote and spoof text. We begin to anecdote, and I will tell you the story. Gary once wrote a very long letter to one of his friends. In the end, he added a postscript explaining, "I'm very sorry for sending you such a long letter, but I did not find enough time to write a shorter one." This actually shows satire inside of it. As you can see, Gary tried to give you give you a satire that his friend is not reply his letter, not even for once. And let's move to spoof text. I will tell you the story. Once there was a couple sleeping. The wife had a bad dream. She woke up and cried. The husband tried to comfort her and asked why she cried. Then she replied, I had a bad dream that a very rich man kidnapped me from you. And then the husband said, It's okay, honey, it was just a dream. Immediately, the wife responds loudly, That's why I'm crying. So as you can see, this is only a funny story because the wife tried to tell her husband that she want to get kidnapped by the very rich man because her husband is poor. And it can be concluded that anecdote and spoof text is actually look similar but also different because as you can see in the anecdote, this is a funny story but it shows satire inside of it. There is criticism of this story. Meanwhile, in the spoof text, it's just only a general funny story. It's just only a funny story with twist plot in the end of the story. That's all from me. We can get the advantages from my explanation, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!